Alright, man, it's cold as hell. About to make a coffee run real quick. But let's talk about Barry Bonds, right? Let's talk about old Barry boy. So they ain't let old Barry boy into the Hall of Fame. Neither did they do Sosa, Roger Clemens. Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds are part of that. I guess you can say Roger Clemens part of that performance-enhancing drug era in baseball. Even though Barry Bonds has never admitted or never tested positive to performance-enhancing drugs. Now, Barry Bonds was one of my favorite baseball players. One of the reasons I did watch baseball, trying to, watch him get that in a elusive championship. And before, the performance-enhancing drug rumors about Barry Bonds, he was already a Hall of Fame caliber player regardless. If you chop his career up, from the allegations, because that's what they are, allegations unless they prove them true, and you chop it up to when he was with the Pirates and stealing bases, and he was a singles, double, triple type of hitter, has to hit some home runs here and there, he's still a Hall of Famer by the number. Now, David Ortiz got in, and what you got to understand, this is why I don't like the Baseball Writers of America or the Writers of America determining who is a Hall of Famer. I don't think they should deserve a vote. I don't. And maybe they should usher in a rotational panel like college football playoffs, the College Football Playoff Committee board, where it's never the same each year. Now they rotate it, right? And I think for the most part, that's what it should be. Of people who, it's hard to say people who's been in baseball because who manage baseball, who's been general managers, who's been executives. It's hard to say because they have a conflict of interest, but also do the writers. I guess I put this in my current news playlist. I don't think I got an MLB playlist. Because the writers are they voting for people. A lot of times they don't leave it just baseball. They give it to the guy who likes to speak to the media. They like to give it to the guy who the nicest to the media. Then like to give a guy who nicest off the field. But nobody know if any of these guys are what they go through their personal life. Even with the internet, you don't know what's really happening at home in the moves that they're making, unless somebody bring it public. That's it. You hear all these stories about players getting in trouble off the field in sports historically. But there's a lot of players who got that, who just police officers wanted a picture for a speeding ticket, you know what I'm saying? Or who given a pass. I remember in high school they used to give, hear about stories about allegedly changing grades and giving guys a pass and stuff and lying on stat sheets to the newspapers and whatever the situation may be. Hear about it all the time. So like I said before, you don't know a person. So, personal beliefs, how they did T.O. T.O. had to wait, and then he still was acting like a diva, got his gold jacket at the crib. And as a player, you know your obligations. You know your obligations. If you don't speak to him, if you don't be nice to him. And some people just not stooping that low. Like Marshawn Lynch, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the dudes who didn't talk to the media and still getting deals and because you look at the Marshawn Lynch story, somebody twisted his words up in the story he did in Buffalo. So we just at that point where they got to find a better system. Because writers hold grudges, and then the majority of the writers are what ethnic background. I don't even need to look. Because Big Papi got caught. That's not even tease, right? Big Papi got caught, but they like Big Papi, laughing, smiling. Then he got the what you call it? He gets the sympathetic vote. Oh, that's not my car. He gets the sympathetic vote. You're like, well, what's the sympathetic vote? Remember he got shot up in the Dominican Republic, who was supposed to be an alleged hit? you know. So that's a sympathy vote, and they like him even though he popped hot. So, you know, and plus he wasn't part of the pop hot era where it was a laser show. That's when baseball never get back to that peak. Never. Baseball never get back to the laser show era where everybody watched baseball. That was baseball last pinnacle to be that high. Because they don't want people playing. I don't know what it is. I can't even say that, man. I don't know what it is, bro. But they, you know, like any other sports. Somebody loose dog out. She ain't got no collar. Might be a street. No, that's somebody's dog. You know. But Barry deserved to be in there. But I think it would have been more rage if Roger Clemens got in than Barry did. So this was Barry Bonds' last opportunity to get in. And it got to be a better way than some writers. Got to be a better way than writers writing people in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Got to be a better way. Got to be a better way, bro. Because it's a conflict. If you don't talk to me, I don't vote for you, or I ain't gonna vote for you. You're not gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer to me. And that was the last peak of baseball. You know, at least in our lifetime. I don't see they haven't done anything to modernize the game. It's fun to play, but a lot of kids and a lot of people look at it as it being boring, watching it. But it's actually fun to play. I played as a kid. Played the championship game in Little League. That's a different story for another day, how that fell apart. I didn't play baseball after that. You know? But, you know, like I said before, exactly what it is. It's America's favorite pastime. It's past its time. The games are cool to go to because, you know, you're sitting in the sun, depending where you at. But I watch playoff baseball, you know, mostly. I watched a little bit this past season. But for the brother Barry, it is what it is. You're a Hall of Famer to the hood. You're a Hall of Famer to everybody out there, even those writers, the naysayers. Everybody know Barry's a Hall of Famer. Everybody know Barry's a Hall of Famer. So they cannot put you in there in the physical form, but we all know you a Hall of Famer. For real, for real. We know you're a Hall of Famer, and you know, when Sammy Sosa didn't get in either. I don't know if it's last year eligibility. I predict him and Clemens won't get in either if it ain't their last year eligibility. But, I mean, like I said before, somebody who never got caught, never popped hot. People just looking at his body saying he did it. You know what I'm saying? They assume it, and the assumption kept him out the Hall of Fame. Like I said, even before the assumption came, he was already a Hall of Famer. You know, am I lying? But it is what it is. Is it infuriating? Yeah. Is it frustrating? Yeah. But the whole process is need to be reformed. Writers, and they beat writers, and even if they national beat writers, they once was regional or city beat writers. You know, and they are also people who has a biasness to certain teams too, because they used to root for certain teams. If you become a baseball writer, the chance is you watch baseball as a kid. You had your favorite teams. They should get a panel of former GMs, current GMs, you know, maybe some executives, some former coaches, or some coaches. It's just like the All-Star game, bro. And break it up into the writers' vote, break it up into the break into the coaches, the former, the now and the new, the current GMs, the current coaches, the current executives, and do a past executive. Make it a 3-piece pie. Or do a 4th piece of the pie and do players executives. Oh, that's not my car. Knock it off, get the hose. But yeah, that's how they should really break it up, man. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't trying to do nothing different. That's the wrong with baseball. They ain't trying to do nothing different to make it appealing to the kids of the day. Yeah, man, I gave me some McDonald's coffee. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I left off at, but it is what it is. But, you know, they should break it off into like 4 or 3 sections, like I said it is. And that's why I said, like, the refusal to modernize the game. There's a refusal. And there's a refusal to modify this process, which is BS. Writers shouldn't determine. Writers who couldn't hack it in MLB shouldn't determine who gets in the Hall of Fame. There's a conflict of interest around the board. That's why you should have players write on it. That's why you should have players vote on it. And that's why you should have players, current GMs, current coaches, right? Then you should have a bracket for current and former players. Put them in one bracket. Former GMs, former coaches, current GMs, current coaches, and then the final bracket should be the writers, and they should count. They should count the least. They should count the least. What qualifies a writer to tell? What qualifies a writer to put somebody in the Hall of Fame? Have they built a team? Have they organized a team? Have they owned a team? Have they coached Little League to the championship? Nothing qualifies them to be the only ones that vote people into the Hall of Fame. And that's across the board for any sports. Boxing writers and whatever, NBA, whoever vote for them, NFL. Because a lot of personal feelings. And I was watching an interview with the former Cowboy 49er Super Bowl winner for both franchises, Charles Haley, on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark and Shannon and Fred Taylor. Shannon and Fred Taylor, they ventured off from I'm an Athlete, Brandon Marshall, for their own personal reasons they explained. But they had Charles Haley on, episode premiere yesterday, right? And he was saying that he thought that some of his relationships did keep him out the Hall of Fame, or him not being more cordial did keep him out the Hall of Fame. What they got to do with me going out there, or keep him out from being a first ballot Hall of Famer, excuse me, which they kind of did keep out the Hall of Fame. But you gotta talk about that. I did. One like a guy, one approachable guy, might have not been the best teammate, whatever situation may be. And that shouldn't have nothing to do with it, bro. Talent should keep you in the hall, get you in the Hall of Fame. Not because you didn't talk to me or you didn't sign an autograph from people. People don't like you, man. You should be voted in on your ability. You should be voted in on your ability. And that's it. And they don't have any proof that Barry Bonds was on nothing other than assumption. Sammy Sosa, I think he got popped. Roger Clemens, he might got popped, not sure, but it is what it is. My little rant. And baseball needs modification, needs to be modernized. All across the board, the Hall of Fame, whatever used writers need to be modified, the whole nine. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the current news playlist. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media link subscription. Twitter's the fastest way to Facebook than Instagram. If you got you want to make a financial donation to the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link description. Want to help me out? Share this video. You got permission. The video screen recorded. Share it around the internet. I don't care. This need to get out here because we need modification and modernization. Sounds like Don King, of the voting process in a baseball sport that I grew up loving. That's tapered off. I even go to the Tiger games, the Tiger Stadium in the 90s when Juan Gonzalez was the only star there. You could hit a home run literally at Tiger Stadium, and I could be behind home plate. I could run all the way around Tiger Stadium on the other side and get the ball because nobody would be at the game. So other than that, man, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video question, and advertise on the channel. All my information is in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos
some of the videos in the All-Stars will too. And priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No, instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more. So here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.